I've heard of writer's block before, but it's like I've got speaker's block. I am cranking out such good content in my writing. And whenever I sit in front of the camera, it's like poof. I'm like, where did those ideas go that I had just written that I thought about for so long? I'm having a hard time translating my critical thoughts into understandable, easily articulated sentences. It's like writer's block, but worse in some way because writer's block, I can look back at my piece of paper and here all I have is, a camera to talk to and not much for feedback. And what I realized is this actually ties into a post I had recently written about the different ways that we think. I've found 6 different approaches that I use to develop my critical thinking. First off, thinking, so ruminating on something, mulling an idea over, writing that idea out. A lot of people use that process because once you write something, you think about it differently. When you take something from your mind and have to write out the words, it changes the way that you think about that concept. You evaluate it different, you judge it different. And part of that is also that you use different words when you write than when you think or when you talk. Listening to an idea, that could be listening to somebody else read what I've already written or listening to a podcast or anything like that. Then there's reading about an idea, which could be rereading what you've already written, but I always try to read a range of different ideas about a topic that I'm trying to think more critically about as you move into the next one, which is speaking and saying the ideas. Whereas I'm kind of stuck right now. It can actually just help to read out loud your own writing to hear it. And I think that maybe is where I'm going to go back to. I might just go and sit down with a cup of tea and read my writing back out loud to myself and hear it more and hear myself say those words and think, how would I speak this? It's the reverse of when you're used to thinking about things and you have to think of how would I write it. Here I'm writing things and now I have to translate to how would I speak it. And then there's conversation. I think of conversation differently than speaking or listening because those independent activities are different than the combined activity. And that interaction changes how you think about it. So those are things I'm working on. Those are different ways I can critically think. And right now I'm stuck on the speaking thing. So help me out here. What methods do you use to work through your critical thinking? And have you experienced this, speaker's block? I don't know what to call it. I've never had to work through this transition of going from my thoughts to my writing to my spoken. Usually I go either from thoughts to conversation or thoughts to writing. And I could use some pointers on this. Thanks for your help on this. And don't forget to let your light shine.